everybody, welcome to a new episode of the J&J Toy Giants Toy Unboxing. I am your host, JD, and I'm going to be going over some figures that I really haven't done a lot of on the channel recently. I know I've unboxed them on live toy unboxings on the Fit Cave Facebook group and also Tejas Toy Nation. And so today I'm going to be going over some more Marvel Legends. This is going to be through the House of M series. Wolverine and Marvel Girl, also known as Jean Grey. And these are part of the, like I said, House of M.
Stop saying that!
And you can get Charles Xavier, you can get Moira McTaggart, Magneto, Cyclops, and Omega Sentinel. So definitely going to be getting to these. We're going to do like we always do. We're going to let them breathe. All right, so the first figure I'm going to be going over with you today is none other than Wolverine, Logan from the X-Men. And this is a reminiscent of his first costume that he had as a solo superhero. The first one that he was introduced in the Hulk comics was the one that we know and love today. So I'm going to put the picture up right now. And you can see that was his first iteration of his comic. But I believe it was in the late 80s, early 90s. This was the costume that he started to wear when he was on his own. And then obviously when he was with the X-Men, then we know the yellow, blue, and black one that we know now, especially that was portrayed in the X-Men animated series. So he comes, and I wanted to say real quick, I apologize that I said House of M. For those who are probably going outside their mind on the intro, I apologize. I meant to say House of X. I know House of M is a completely different storyline, which I don't even believe that Wolverine was even a part of. But now that I got that out of the way, I wanted to go over the head sculpt. This is one of the other heads that he comes with, so almost kind of like an old man Logan type deal with the beard and everything like that. And of course, he has this menacing look that we like to see Wolverine. It's pretty cool, very heavy, you know, as far as what weight. All right, so I checked all his joints and everything. It wasn't that hard, you know, because I know with a lot of fresh figures, especially if they've been in the box way too long, their joints are really, really hard to kind of bend. And he fits in the stand pretty cool. And so got him in this particular kind of a pose where he looks like he's about to mess you up. But I like this Wolverine costume as well. I didn't actually read the House of X comic, but I think I will now that I have these figures. And of course, this he actually is the only one that didn't come with a piece to build a figure, which is really weird because why would they put him in the line if he wasn't going to have a piece for the build a figure? So obviously, I'm going to show this in the other review for the other figure that I got on this. So this is part of the figure for the Tri-Sentinel. But other than that, that is weird. I don't think I've ever seen it. Leave in the comments down below if there's any other Marvel Legends figures where one person on the line didn't have a piece of the build a figure, because I think that's the kind of their niche or their shtick, if you will. Is that the only reason why they're in this line, not only to be able to give you the figure, but to also have you get this figure so you can get the piece to collect the Build-A-Figure, which is the Tri-Sentinel. But I like it a lot. Obviously, Wolverine has been one of my favorite superheroes for the longest. If I had to say my favorite, would be Gambit, but Wolverine comes at a close second, and then I believe Spider-Man, and then Iron Man.
Come on, Wolverine!
But I love this figure. I can't wait for the X-Men to be introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's going to be really cool. The way that they have his sculpt, as far as like his body, is he's super ripped. And of course, everybody knows his origin story, as he was a mutant that had, you know, great healing powers. And he was kind of like a drifter, ended up in Canada, where I believe that's where he was born. And he fought the Hulk as he kind of like was like a hero for hire. but that was after he entered into the Weapon X program, where they infused the adamantium into a skeleton, because they were developing, the Weapon X program were developing a kind of a new kind of a super soldier, knowing that he had the healing factor already. They said, well, that's going to be great. All we would need to do is give him something that's going to be a metal as just indestructible as vibranium. I think vibranium is the first, then adamantium, and then I don't know any other metal after that. But I know adamantium is near indestructible, but vibranium is the number one in the Marvel universe, where that you can hardly make a dent on that unless you scratch it with vibranium. But I like it. You can see on the back, homeboy is ripped, son. Definitely great, addition to my collection. I'm trying to piece together like a full X-Men team. I'm almost there. I have Storm, I have Cyclops, now I have Wolverine, and I'm going to be going over Marvel Girl, which is technically Jean Grey, but I'm going to be looking for a Jean Grey. And of course Gambit and Beast and Jubilee. I don't know if they have a Jubilee. Leave a message in the comments if you found a Jubilee on the Marvel Legends, or if she's going to be coming out soon. Definitely have a lot of Spider-Man stuff, but not a lot of X-Men stuff. Alright, so let's go with the next one. Alright, so we're going to be going over Marvel Girl, and I have Cyclops on the side here because he's going to be with his honey. Marvel Girl from the House of X. See, I got it right this time. Line. Now, we all know Marvel Girl is another alias for Jean Grey. And that's who she was prior to becoming just regular Jean Grey in the X-Men. This was, I think, her second iteration costume. The first one was kind of like what Cyclops is wearing, but they were all yellow and blue, kind of like the Wolverine costume that I mentioned earlier. So obviously she's wearing heels. Now I'm just gonna say my only gripe about figures with heels is that I don't know if it's specifically the actual stand that I'm using and where the pegs are, which is usually around right here, but any figures with heels, whether they're male or female, are the hardest to actually get her. I literally spent like 25 minutes trying to get her to stand on to stand straight on the actual stand here.
You must be very proud of yourself.
It just wasn't going. It's the same thing I have with my my other Marvel Legends, Claire, and it doesn't work at all. And of course with Storm, I actually was able to get her situated. So I'm glad. I don't know if she's going to stay that way, if I don't move it in any way, or if it doesn't get shook. I think we're good, but I'm glad I was able to get her to stand by herself right here. She does come with other hands, and pretty much her hands that she comes with. And so I wanted to have her like this, like a motion, like she's about to use her powers. So that's where I'm going to have her displayed. But other than the heel and the standing part, it's pretty much spot on. The way that she is set up as far as like her skirt and her costume doesn't really allow her to be put in a lot of different poses. But the face scan is pretty cool. You can see right here. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty cool. I like that I can have them both together. Obviously, their relationship is very well known in the comics of them being together. Sometimes it's a detriment to the team because sometimes Cyclops cares more about Jean than he does about the team. And of course, as I mentioned earlier when I was reviewing Wolverine, she does come with the Build-A-Figure parts for the Tri-Sentinel. But other than that, I like it a lot. I really wish that they would have had like a better way of having her displayed, or maybe possibly having some better stands, or I'm not sure. The whole heel thing kind of got me a little bit bonkers off camera. I wish I had that on camera so you can see how like literally like ticked off I was getting, just trying to get her to stand up straight. Because I can get the stand on her, but then she's moving forward like she's doing the smooth criminal. So it was it was kind of driving me mad. But other than that, it's another great addition to my collection. And I'm going to put her right next to her hubby. Thank you so very much, and I'll be with you in a second. And that does it for this edition of the Toy Unboxing from JJ Toy Giants. Again, I am your host, JD. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and also follow us on TikTok. Also, we just revamped our Patreon page. If you guys want to support the channel, donate or basically support the channel in any way you can, everything goes right back into the channel. And if you are a Patreon, we will give you a shout out on the next episode, give you an actual personal thank you from Jaden and I, and possibly we can do like a simulcast tour review. Don't know. Everything's new around here. So definitely check us out on patreon.com, J&J Toy Giants. Just search us up right there. But be sure to also look at any of the other videos. If you're just first time here, thank you very much for watching. Be safe. And keep on cruising. Bye.